Hello, busy parents and caregivers. Welcome to the water module of our Burnout Self-Care Guide. And the reason that it's so important to remain hydrated to combat burnout is if you think about a fire, like things are rubbing together and creating friction. And if you put water on it, then that helps to lubricate things. Water has another purpose in your body, and if you have any kind of a hormonal imbalance, it can be really difficult to get rid of toxins inside your body. So water also washes you from the inside. And since we have to drink water, there's another thing that you can do with water, and we'll go over that in today's module on water in your self-care routine. So, my name is Jessica Tierney. I'm driven to help you with burnout because it's in these times when you're burnt out that you don't have energy to pour into your priceless, irreplaceable children. And
I'm Alexander.
And the times when you're burnt out, it's also hard to maintain emotional balance. And so how do you maintain emotional balance? Essentially in the fast lane, right? A lot of people talk about hormonal balance and the need to rest, but what if you just have to continuously keep going? You have so many things to juggle, so many people to care for, and if you just relaxed, the consequences could be severe. So just resting isn't an option. So how do you maintain that on the go? And that's all about what this self-care guide is about. Quick strategies that you can employ now that are easy and achievable. That will really help. All right. So first, we're going to talk about how to get a hold of me if you need support, how to ask questions, what to expect. Are you balanced? What if your hormones are imbalanced, and what if that's causing a lot of your fatigue and a lot of your issues? How can water help? How much water should you be drinking? Fun facts about water. What to do while you're drinking your water, and how to know if water is helping. And then action tasks. All right, we offer 2 levels of support. The Premier package includes support, which you can get a hold of us anytime, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. And so if you have enrolled in the Premier package, you will get our email address, and you'll be, of course, a part of our Facebook group, so you can get a hold of me that way. And then also for the basic package, you can get a hold of us, but it's limited by number of times that you can contact us. So the support is a lot more limited. It's sort of a go at your own pace. The information is really helpful, but as far as like accessing support, like what if you have an action task and you're not moving forward on it? Well, that is something that you would just want to schedule a little bit of time to talk to us about it, and we can help you uncover some things that might be contributing to that stubborn thing that just isn't responding the way that we want it to. So, just join us either way on our Facebook group, and I will make sure that you have access to that. If you just contact me, you'll have access to our Facebook group, and you can get a hold of me and talk about the different packages and how much they are and things like that. All right.
Yeah, but I'm Alexander again.
Oh, hi. So, this program is 8 weeks long. If you've enrolled in the Premier package, then you have 8 modules and 8 sessions. So, basically 8 learning opportunities and 8 opportunities to directly talk with us about how to meet the goals that you've set for yourself throughout this program, and we'll help you set those goals, so don't worry about a thing. And so we'll cover the basics of self-care for hormonal and emotional imbalances. And so these cover simple movements. They only take a few minutes a day. And foods that will help support different internal organs in your body that you suspect might be having some trouble or need some support. And so when we work on balancing your hormones, your emotions follow. So this is all about increasing your hormonal balance, metabolic health, things like that. So how do you know if your hormones are balanced? Well, if your hormones are not balanced, you may struggle with losing or gaining weight, mood swings. The greater the hormonal imbalance, the greater the mood swings. So, check with your loved ones. If they're like, whoa, you're crazy, then that might be a mood swing. Like that's something that you're not recognizing, and you're just hearing feedback like, whoa, back it down there. And you're like, hang on a second, I'm just in the moment, I'm just being authentic to my feelings, and my feelings say this is a level 10 emotion. And your family members are like, whoa, dude. Whoa. So those are mood swings, right? That's a hormonal imbalance symptom. So anxiety, depression, irritability, sleep troubles.
Like my hand.
Hang on, honey.
See my hand?
Troubles falling asleep, trouble staying asleep, insomnia, disturbed sleep like apnea, night sweats, skin trouble such as acne, dry skin, thin skin, oily skin, rashes on the skin or skin tags, hair loss or hair growth where you didn't grow hair before, digestive issues such as constipation, bloating, and nausea, especially with negative emotions, low libido, painful sex, vaginal dryness or atrophy, PMS, irregular or heavy periods, fertility issues, fatigue. That's another huge one. Headaches, migraines, muscle loss, bone density issues, increased sensitivity to heat or cold, heart palpitations, and type 2 diabetes is also a hormonal imbalance. So, if you have any of these things could help. So, first, how does water help? With a hormonal imbalance, your metabolism is affected. Your metabolism is your ability to get toxins out of your body. And so this can cause a toxin accumulation. Drinking water helps flush or wash your body from the inside and get those toxins out. You'll learn more ways to squeeze those toxins out of your body throughout the modules in this program. But for just drinking water's sake, it's a really effective way to dilute and flush accumulated toxins from the inside to the outside. And when you have less toxins, you feel more energy. So toxins accumulate from negative emotions, metabolic toxins that you're continuously producing, environmental, and like general pollution is toxic to the system, and so much more. Honey, I'm busy here.
And more about how you squeeze bacteria out of your body.
Oh, bacteria out of the body is a good thing.
And you have to actually squeeze all the germs out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And stay clean and eat healthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hang on. So self-care, you might be thinking, well, I don't have time for self-care. I have so much to do, right? Well, think about it this way. If you weren't around, what would your people do? If you were having your own health crisis, what would they do? Right? So think about all the people that you care for. And if you're not in the picture, they're having a real big trouble, right? So self-care is not selfish. Self-care is the most selfless thing that you can do because it gives you more to pour into those who you care for, like crazy little boys. So, if more people just thought about, caring for others from that perspective, right? Care for yourself first, and then have more to give, and then give it. So this notion of caring for yourself first, this produces more of a higher threshold. So you're not reacting to small stimuli. You have the patience to be like, hey, calm down, Alexander. And, let's approach this from a loving and caring way. Because as caregivers, we have to find a way to be as caring and nurturing as possible, even though we might not get that back, right? We might not see that in return, or we might see it in unexpected ways. So, when you're realizing that addressing the symptoms of your hormonal imbalance means that you have more to give, then that means it's the most selfless thing that you can possibly do. So please, for the sake of those that you care for, especially children, take better care of yourself so that you have more to give to others. How much water do you need? You need 1/2 ounce of water per pound of body weight. And the easiest way to get that is simply get one water bottle that holds enough ounces for you. Make sure that the water bottle has a lid and a straw. Fill it up once a day with high quality filtered water and drink it. Just drink that one bottle every day, and you know that you're getting enough water. So again, this will help flush toxins. With more energy, then you can focus on falling in love with your life again. And how to get there is with small steps. And some things, calm down, honey, please. Some things that you can do are think about what you're grateful for. Now, before you get all like, oh, here she goes, right? There is a very specific neurological reason for this. And it's called neuroplasticity. If you're having a hard time seeing your cup as half full, you have to work at it more. So it's just like if you wanted to be able to lift something really heavy and you're not able to lift it now, you have to work on specific muscles in order to have the power to lift that object. And it is the same thing inside your brain. If you don't have enough power in that neurological pathway to be able to see the positives, no matter what, right? Because in every situation, no matter how bad, there are people who have post-traumatic stress and post-traumatic growth. And the difference between those is basically a choice. So, gratitude exercises actually build the part of your brain that helps you perceive life in a more optimistic manner and see more positives in your life. So, fun facts about water. There was a guy, his name was Masaru Emoto, and he said, understanding the fact that we are essentially water is the key to understanding the mysteries of the universe. He conducted experiments on water. He took 60 drops of water from the same source and froze it at the same temperature, and the only difference was he exposed it to different stimuli. What stimuli did he expose it to? Well, he actually exposed it to words and thought. So, the words and thoughts were some were really high frequency or positive emotions and words, and some were low frequency or harmful and negative words, thoughts, things like this, sometimes sounds. Then he also had a control, right? And it got no stimulus, just to see what would happen. And he analyzed the structure of each of these little vials to see what happens. And as it turns out, the vials that were exposed to positive or high frequency vibrations had very beautiful crystalline structures when they were frozen. The water samples that had negative stimuli had broken or very mutated looking crystalline structures, and the unaltered ones looked very much geometric and regular. So I'm going to show you some of the ones that I've printed out, and you know, you'll be able to see this again on our Facebook group and throughout this video, but just look at some of these pictures. So here you can see wisdom, truth, I love you, peace, evil, and the polluted water before prayer. Some other things are peace, and it's actually looking pretty backwards. I don't know if you can see it. It's all like a mirror, so I can't read it very well. But essentially, I can show you more of these in our Facebook group, and they'll look a lot better, right? And they won't be mirror image, so they'll be easier to read. But the point here is that thoughts and words affected the crystalline structure of water. Now, if you're overwhelmed and you're stressed to the max, and you say something like, you know, just an example, you know, you call your child stupid. I've heard it 100 times in the grocery store. But think about what we just talked about. The crystalline structure of water, and we are 80% water. The crystalline structure of water was changed with a word or a thought. So, calling your kids names or having negative thoughts is affecting your water structure, and it's affecting your family's water structure. And if you're not continuously pouring positivity into yourself and into your home and into those that you care for, then you're creating negativity. And if we can have something to do to affect that, right, that's already something that we have to do. We already know that we have to stay hydrated. That's no matter what, we have to drink. So what if we think about things that we're grateful for and grow brain tissue while we stay hydrated, which will ultimately lead to being more patient and loving with yourself and those that you care for. That's a 3-fer. That's a 3-in-1 bonus. So, while you're drinking water, because you know you have to stay hydrated, because you know you have to keep moving, and you feel more energy when you're properly hydrated, go ahead and also affect the water structure inside of your water bottle by thinking about all the things that you're grateful for, and literally drink in positivity, because we know it's affecting your water structure. So, one thing that you can do to improve yours and your family's water structure is to make it a habit to think about the things that you're grateful for. Gratitude is a high vibration emotion, and if you were low in vitamin D, you wouldn't think twice to supplement a vitamin D pill, right? Or a capsule. So if you have a hard time thinking positive thoughts due to a hormonal imbalance, try supplementing high vibration. Gratitude is low-lying fruit. It is easy to always be grateful for something, right? You're a parent. You're a caregiver. You have a home. You have a roof. You have a job, right? No matter how bad it is that day, you woke up. And that's not the case for everyone. So no matter what, you have always got something to look for and find gratitude in. And again, this builds that part of your brain that helps you see the good things in life and be more optimistic. So, some people only dream about being a parent. If you are lucky enough to be a parent, count the blessings that you have. Each child is an opportunity to improve the future because they are the future. So, negative thoughts could be hurting you and your family. Try to think about what you're grateful for each time you sip water. Make it a habit and train your brain to think more positively by simply drinking water, which you have to do anyway. With more neurons helping you see positivity in your life, you see your life like you never used to. You're so used to seeing bad that sometimes bad manifests everywhere, and the way to change that is simply to grow more brain tissue, to think more positively. And the thing with that is another thing kicks in, and it's called the law of attraction. Whatever you focus on, it can manifest. And some very powerful minds have said the same thing. And if you're interested in more resources about the law of attraction, right? We're talking about a law, so we're not talking about a theory, like a string theory. We're talking about a law, and a law is a concrete thing that's hard to get around, like gravity, right? We know how to hack things like air molecules to get around gravity, but it's hard, right? And so if you think more positively, the law of attraction says you attract whatever you are thinking about. And think about if you've ever gotten a different color car, right? Like, let's say you got a yellow car and you're like, nobody has a yellow car. And you buy a yellow car and then all of a sudden you see yellow cars everywhere. And that is one example of many of the law of attraction. So, use this law to your advantage to not only have a better hydration, better able to see the positive, better interactions with your loved ones, more energy for yourself. Dehydration can cause fatigue, dizziness, confusion, irritability, dry lips and skin, headaches, constipation, weak muscles, dark urine, low blood volume, abnormal electrolyte balance, kidney dysfunctions, heart palpitations, and more. So by drinking more energy, you can avoid by drinking more water and having more energy, you can avoid all of this. More energy is what you get by staying hydrated, fewer toxin accumulation, proper electrolyte balance, which helps raise energy levels as well, and it helps your muscles function better. Mental clarity is another thing that you get from being properly hydrated. Decrease toxins in the brain and increase blood flow and cerebral spinal fluid so your brain functions better. Constipation. The function of elimination is to get those toxins out. If you're not able to go, then your body isn't getting those toxins out. If you're properly hydrated, it can help combat constipation and eliminate those toxins and help keep your system clearer and cleaner. So, here are your action tasks for today's water module. Give yourself a little credit. Having a hormonal imbalance saps your energy, mental clarity, motivation, organization, happiness, causes depression, anxiety, overwhelm, lack of sleep, inability to rest, pain, PMS, and so many more issues. Then add being a parent or a caregiver. Whoa. Look how far you've come, despite all that. Despite all this mountain of hurdles, here you are. Give yourself a little credit. Having a hormonal imbalance makes almost everything harder, and look at all you have accomplished despite it. Take a moment and own how strong you are. List 3 things that you have accomplished that you're proud of. Gratitude, right? There you go. 3 things that you have accomplished despite having a hormonal imbalance. Okay, it's time to calculate how much water you need. Get on the scale and divide your current weight by 2. Divide it right in half. Having a hormonal imbalance makes you prone to weight gain and difficulty losing weight, but as you balance your hormones with proper hydration and stay hydrated, you will balance out your hormones, which will ultimately help you regulate your weight. So have your current weight, but don't worry, it's not set in stone, right? You might need a smaller water bottle soon. And so that's how many ounces you need a day. Your current weight divided by 2 in ounces. So get that special water bottle out with a lid and a straw and drink that 1 cup down. And every time you grab it, think about things that you're grateful for. And, and if you do this, then you start thinking more and more and more and more about what you're grateful for. So I want 3 things that you've accomplished despite having your hormonal imbalance, and 5 things that you're grateful for that you've thought of over the next 5 days as you're drinking your water. If applicable, schedule your session that comes with this. If you're local, it could be massage, acupuncture. If you're distance, it could be body code, coaching. It could be one of many things. So just contact us to schedule, and we'll get you scheduled for that session if you are applying to the premium package. All right. Thank you so much for taking the time to care for yourself. Taking the time to care for yourself means that you have more to pour into your irreplaceable children who have a life's purpose. It's your job to help them realize their life's purpose and to decrease trauma, right? Think about like your friends or even your own experiences with being yelled at for like seemingly no reason, or maybe something happened that you can't shake or that affects you in your adulthood. What if we can directly affect fewer stuffs like that? What if we can be kinder to our children? And I don't mean a lack of discipline. I mean just simply treating them more sweetly because we care for ourselves more. That's what I'm offering with my program. A combat to burnout and the ability to give more to the sweet, irreplaceable children that you have to take care of. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a better caregiver, and thank you for taking care of yourself. Have a great day.